Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you about one of my favourite artists. His name is Andy Goldsworthy. He's a Scottish-born artist, but he travels all over the world and does his art. His art is quite unique. I actually have a print of some of his work in my house, which I'm going to show you now. Here it is. So as you can see, it's just a photograph, and it's a photograph of leaves, and I don't know if you can see how on one side it starts really dark red, almost black leaves, and then it graduates all the way across to the yellow and the green. What I love about this artwork is that he's obviously gone out into nature and found these leaves and come up with this idea to make almost a rainbow out of it. So it must have taken him ages to collect the leaves that were just the right shade to get this beautiful picture. Then he takes a photo and then he just walks away and leaves it. That's it. So this type of art is called ephemeral art, in that it only lasts a very short time. Other things that are ephemeral are bubbles or footprints in the sand, so things that only last a short time. And that's what we're going to do today, make a piece of art based on Andy Goldsworthy's work. I'm going to show you a few other examples of his art, and we can go outside and get inspired. Let's go. So this is the first example of his work, which is probably one of the most famous. It's just obviously autumn leaves. I don't know how he gets the beautiful black in the center of that. I think that might be painted or something, because it's really so intense. The next one is one of my favorites. It's just like a glowing tree, but again, it's just done with leaves. It's quite amazing. I think he must have taken all the yellow leaves out from around the tree so that you get that brilliant colour. I really like this one too, because the some of the leaves have been hidden under mould and others are been in the sun. So he's arranged them so it's like a perfect circle of the colour of the leaves and the bit sort of been mould. This one I like because it goes from land into the water, so that some of these leaves are submerged into the water. Still the theme of the circle in the middle, which I quite like. Next one coming up is sticks. I like this one because it's, it looks a bit like a nest, from thicker sticks down to thinner sticks. So that's pretty nice. And then this one coming up here is, this is driftwood. I love this one because it's right next to the ocean. So this is what we were talking about being so ephemeral. The tide would come in and then it would just disappear. That'd be it. It's gone. This one is also coming up, is next to water, but he's gone with a circle again, this time with sticks as well, but now he is using the reflection of the water, which I think is quite lovely. And I love the almost spiderweb kind of chaos to a perfect circle. In the colder climates, he does ice work. So this is sheets of ice that he's melted on certain points, and then it's so cold outside that it's refrozen. And so he glued it into a ball. This one is icicles that he's found, and he's again melted and turned into a spiral. So they're kind of tiny little segments of, maybe say 5 centimeters long, and then he's stuck them all together to create that spiral. Another spiral. This one is split rocks. I don't know if the rocks were already split or whether he split them, but I love the spiral part of it. So this is an interesting one. This is a picture of me a few years ago with my sons in front of one of Andy Goldsworthy pieces. It's interesting because it's kind of opposite to what he normally does. His usual ones break down. They're ephemeral. This one is very, very permanent. However, it's going to change because in the very top they've planted a strangler fig. And the strangler fig is a cutting that was from a tree that was already there and fell down and cleared this space, which is where they built this sculpture. Where Andy built this sculpture. What's very cool about this one is that it's really close to us. This is where it is. You can see Noosa Heads on the top right there, where the star is, and this sculpture is in Kenilworth, and you can go and see it for yourself. It's in the Conondale National Park. They actually brought all the pieces in by helicopter, and it was a really amazing thing to do. So here are some examples that other kids have done doing Andy Goldsworthy work. This is obviously some rocks that are varying sizes into a spiral, which is very much his. And this one's quite easy to do if you've got rocks around your garden, maybe. And this is another one which would be suit if we lived in a place that had more autumn colours, but this one's really, really beautiful autumn leaves, and that's almost like a mandala, which is a circle, which is a decorative circle, I guess. Right, that's it. Let's head outside. We've got some inspiration to get us going. Okay. So my first idea for my Andy Goldsworthy project is sticks. I have lots of sticks at my place because I have this big beautiful gum tree up behind me here, and it drops so many sticks. So I'm going to collect a heap of sticks that are about the same size, and we'll do a spiral, I think. So here are the sticks. I've got a pair of secateurs so I can cut them to the length I want to make the spiral. Let's see how it goes. So here's the first few steps, or the first few minutes of my doing my Andy Goldsworthy project. I wanted to show you a little bit about how I do it. So as you can see, I've started with smaller sticks and got slowly larger and thicker. Now this is quite fiddly, so I've actually been using a little stick to adjust it to get it just in the right spot, because sometimes it's just a little hard to get it looking just right. To make the next size up, I take this stick and I measure it against this stick, and then I cut it just a little bit, maybe half a centimetre longer. Okay, and see, it's about the same thickness. So with my secateurs, there we go, it's in the picture now. So it's, you can see it's just slightly longer, and then I'll place it down and adjust it into place so it makes that spiral and kind of gets that star shape out. You can't see because of the sunlight. I'll get my right hand out, and there we go. And you can just keep going. I'll show you the finished product. See you in a bit. Okay, here's my finished product. I'm quite pleased with it. I had to kind of stop because even though I upgraded from these secateurs to these secateurs, the sticks just became too tough to get through, so I couldn't cut the sticks anymore because they were too thick. I added the leaves. That was an afterthought because I just found them and I liked the colour of them. They were kind of obviously fallen off the tree just a week ago, and they were kind of greenish, but they've paled a little bit. My tip for this is keep the spiral really, really neat. Having this line here neat as possible. Doesn't matter as much about these outside ones, but having the inside spiral nice and neat and tidy just makes it look so much better. There you go. That's my Andy Goldsworthy inspired work. So the next Andy Goldsworthy one I'm going to try out is still with the gum tree. He often uses leaves and kind of makes a perfect circle in the middle of what's a messy pile. Let's see if I can recreate that. I'll come back to you. I found a bit of a cheater's way to do this one. I've found a yogurt container and I've piled all the leaves up around it, and then I'm going to gently take it out. Now it's not perfect, but you can see that I almost got my perfect circle there. So that is very, very Andy Goldsworthy. Let me lift this up so you can get a better view. It's perfect. It's really nice. you might want to embellish it some more. I found some orange flowers before. I thought I might see how they look, see if they work. So I added some orange flowers to the middle. I don't know if I like it. I think it's too much. I think sometimes you can add too many things to your sculpture, and this is what it is. It's actually making a sculpture. So yeah, be aware of that. Don't add too many things. Don't make it too cluttered. Also, a big thing that I just noted now, choose a spot to do this where there are no dogs, no siblings, as in brothers and sisters, and also no wind, because that's a big one too. And when you take your photo, it's better if it's either in full sun or full shade, not part. Otherwise your photo won't come out so well. Okay.